Hello, truckers, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. We are in Seattle, Washington. It is a Thursday, 6 a.m. And let's go over a few things while the truck... Well, I thought I was going to warm up. I didn't have it in neutral. Come on. That's not a good way to start the morning. Parking brake should be on. There we go. We're all set. A couple things to go over. So, checking on the drivers after sleeping through the night and moving our cistern gas tank to the Salt Lake City garage. If we go to status on drivers, they're either on the road or they're all sleeping. So no one's just resting at the garage. That is all set. I had to do this twice and it does work. So our job for the day is to go from Seattle, Washington down to Florida. I had to restart the evening, Wednesday evening. I saved Wednesday evening, 8 o'clock. So that's when I go to bed. I saved the game then. And I slept through the night, woke up in the morning, checked jobs. Nothing that we're looking for. My second attempt, we got a job. Well, I haven't accepted it yet. We're going to be going there in a moment. But I'll show you where we're going. Yep, that's where we're going. All the way down to Palm Coast, Florida. So a couple things I was checking on. I would like to stick to our 11 hours of driving. In other words, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then I just screw around for 3 hours, I guess, and then we go to bed at 8. So 11 hours drive time per day. So it's technically, it's technically a Thursday. It's Thursday in game. It needs to be there by Tuesday. So I got all day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 5 full days, 11 hours. That's 55 hours of driving. It should take us 53 hours to get there. So if I stick to our regular schedule, I should get there on time. But we are going to change our the way we're driving, I think. I think when we get to Wyoming, I may come down I-25, and that way we can scoot across maybe this way. I don't know. I'll have to wait until we get the load. We'll see how much time that puts on our ETA and how it screws around. But currently, it's going to be a 3,171 mile trip. So with that being said, I think we got everything set, ready to go. Am I ready to go? I'm not sure if I am ready to go, but we are now technically on the road. Actually, let me reset my cam there. I think we're all set. Hopefully I don't have to go too far. 21 miles to get to... Okay. 21 miles to get there. Well, I mean, I shouldn't complain. It's going to be over 3,000 miles to get to Florida. So, yeah. And yep, we're going to have it all this episode. I don't know how long the video is going to be because I just started it myself. But we shall see how long it's going to be. And I'm going to try to do it all in one recording. I'm not going to try to split it up, but I may have to. I don't know how long. So, I mean, in theory, it should be like 5 episodes. So it could be, I don't think it's going to be 5 hours. Because most of it is going to be interstate. So interstate time goes by relatively quick compared to in-city. So if we can stay mostly on interstate, we'll do fine. I gotta remember, I did not fuel up at the end of last evening, so I gotta see if I go past a fuel station. That way we can kind of get on with our day as we go here. We did get ourselves up to $51,000 overnight, so hopefully all of our drivers are going to not want to rest in the garage, and everyone can be on the merry way. And bring in the cash, please. I think Cindy's all set over there. She's got plenty of running material, I hope. I mean, well, in any sense, it's just going to be a regular day for her, right? We're just still driving the 11 hours, resting somewhere, so on and so forth. But for me, it's all going to be... I would like to do it all in one recording because it would be kind of interesting. Let's hope I have a good day of driving, although already it feels kind of off to me. I don't feel comfortable in some sense. Okay, so 1 mile. I don't even know what I'm even taking. All I know, it is a double trailer, so... But that's not that big of a deal. We got something going to Florida. And maybe once we get to Florida, we'll drive around Florida for a bit. Maybe we'll actually go down to Florida Keys if we can, because it's been a while since I've actually been down there. And then maybe once we're in the Florida Keys, maybe we'll try to find something coming back. I don't know if I'll do that all in one episode. I mean, we'll have to see how this one goes first. Kind of hope I left enough room on my hard drive for the size file I'm about to create. Should have. I think it was at 50% on the hard drive that I put my recordings to anyways. Let's see, I need to be in that lane over there. I'm not really seeing... Did I pass a fuel area somewhere? I didn't see it. Not like, you know, if you're answering me, it's not like I know you did. We'll find some place to fuel up. I just want to get the load attached and get on the road and just get the trip started. So I think the first couple days we will try to do the 11 hours just driving and then quitting at 5 and then just messing around for the 3 hours. I'll advance time to 8 o'clock, go to bed, wake up at 6 and do the same as we've done before. But being it's not an external contract, so I'm not restricted to just doing 65 miles an hour. So we can kind of put the hammer down and really make up time on the interstate if I want to. I think I'm picking up Kenworth parts. I think I still see on the trailer Kenworth, but I don't know what we're grabbing. Just when you want to get going. Thank you. Just want to get the trip started. We'll find areas to fuel up along the way, I'm sure. Hopefully this job is still here. Yes, to Palm Coast, Florida. We're only getting paid $2.31 a mile. It's used packaging. So be it. But let's go ahead and take the job. Interesting, there is a viewpoint here. And you know what? This video is going to be long as it is already, so... It's going to cut into my... It's going to cut into my daytime stuff. Well, let's view the Kenworth factory. Why not? That might be the trailer right there that we're taking. Tandem trailer, says Kenworth on it. Hope they don't mind I'm picking up their material and the Cascadia. That could be one of our future trucks. I mean, it could be. Well, we've already had the W900, but we can always take one of the brand new Kennys into our fleet. Is that how they deliver the windshields? Probably still too early in the morning for everyone to be running around the factory, I suppose, and putting the Kennys together. All right. So there's my little mini vacation for this trip. That is our trailer. I just got to get over there now. 10 miles an hour? Well, we'll see about that. And we're not going to stop because there is no traffic. There we go. You know what? Maybe when I get to Florida, me and Cindy will take a week off or something. Who knows? Can I go out that way? That'd be nice. Probably not. I'll just go out the way I came in. Is this a one-way road? What's the weight behind this? Okay, so it's not a heavy load either. It's only 36,000 pounds. Alright, when I get out here, we're going to double check on our route. I don't think it's going to be matter too much today. Although I got a green light here, so I'll have to wait until I get somewhere. I mean, it's still got a good amount of fuel in the truck. I could probably almost go the entire day before I fuel up again, but I don't think we're doing that well. Let me put the parking brake on. And we'll go in this right here. World map. So, I mean, going that way, that's going to be all interstate, which is good. I just want to make sure we stay on mostly interstate. So, the I-90. So, when we get down there, I would like to take... I mean, let's go, like, to Denver. Make sure I scroll in here so it goes on the correct side. No, it did not go on the correct side. Thank you. That didn't add hardly any time whatsoever to our trip. So we'll shoot for that, and then we can cut across Kansas. And then, I'm not going to worry about any more than that, but we're just going to put that there for now. Actually, while I'm on the world map, where is there any fuel? I mean, I'm pretty sure we'll cross one on the interstate itself, right? At some point. No. I mean, there is one here. That's almost a full day right there. Almost. But we can definitely go ahead and check in there. And actually, let me go ahead and pause. If I come down here. So that is our first checkpoint. That's what we're looking for. So can I go 400 miles on this tank? We're going to find out. I think when it says you're low on fuel, you can go about 250 miles. So we'll see. I just need to get on the interstate, get into a rhythm, and start knocking off some miles. That's all we need to do. That dump truck threw me for a curve there for a second. I'm like, why is there a truck parked on the on-ramp to an interstate? But it wasn't. Alright, so it says 2 o'clock when we're supposed to be at the fuel station. So we'll see if we can make up some time, which, you know me, I'm going to try to. I was thinking about going right out to the fast lane, but there is a car coming. Don't need to get into an accident at the very beginning. Don't need to be doing that. Excuse me, pilot. I need to be going here. I got a long journey ahead of myself. let's get over in this lane here. A lot of merging from one interstate, one lane, to this lane, to that interstate, to another lane. All right, can we cruise this for a little bit, just so I can gather my thoughts and get prepared for a 5-hour trip, maybe? I have no idea. Yeah, so it's been mentioned once, maybe twice by now. I'm actually recording this just as the last episode went out. Well, maybe a few hours after. So, because I don't know how long, if I'm going to do it all in one sitting, like I said. It's going to take time for me to edit the video. I don't know if I'm going to do much editing, but then I need to render it, which is probably going to take maybe 8 hours. If it's going to be a 5-hour video, it could take 8 hours to render. And then, of course, it's going to take forever to upload to YouTube, and I don't know how long YouTube's going to take for them to render it into 4K. So, recording this rather early for me. We'll see how it goes. But there's been a couple of comments made about the fall mod. And, yeah, some disappointment in the tree colors. Not much that we're seeing. But we are in the Pacific Northwest, so maybe once we get out where it's not all spruce and pine trees, maybe we'll get some color on some trees. We'll see. I don't know. I was hoping for a little bit more color myself. If you watch me in Farming Simulator, you know I like to have some trees with some color down rather than all these spruce and evergreen trees. So can I make it to Florida on my regular schedule? We'll have to see. But we are going to quit at 5 o'clock today after I pull into this way station, because you know they're going to want to pull me over. They don't want me to get going today, that's all. See if we can do a rolling stop. My truck should be in pretty darn good shape because we repaired it. And boy, I stopped really quick. Thank you for my cooperation. You're welcome. Now, if everyone else could leave me alone on the way stations for the rest of the day, that'd be nice. You're just going to stop on the interstate. That's what you're going to do? Alright. Will be also kind of interesting. Starting the episode, we'll just say at $50,000. And if it does take us 5 days to get there, which it should, how much are we going to have by the end of the 5 days? We won't spend it on anything. Unless somehow we miraculously get up to over 300K. Which means I could be able to buy a garage and buy a truck and get a driver on the road. But the speed limit sign says 70, but it shows me 60. But then again, I'm in a truck. We will cruise at 65 because we won't get a ticket at 65. 66, we're still okay. 66 and a half. Probably get us a ticket. But as long as we stay on mostly interstates, I think the time will go by quick. So each day may only be like a 40 minutes part of the video. And I didn't think it was going to take actually that long to get across country. It's been a while since I've done that. So I think when I talked about it before, I said, yeah, it's like about a 3-day trip. Not quite. The next thing we're going to try to do is get this whole trip done without any violations. No speeding tickets, no accidents. That would be a dream, wouldn't it? But I'm thinking, well, if we're mostly on the interstates they don't get in accidents usually. It's driving through cities. We'll say it does seem like we're doing a lot of changing interstates here and there. That corner was rather tight. After I said I don't get in accidents on the interstate, I almost got into one. So that was actually pretty good, finding out that by going down through Denver, we're not gaining time, we're not losing time, everything seems to be good. Why did I have to see that van coming on the interstate that said Cheetos on it? Because now I'm craving flaming hot Cheetos. And I don't have any. And there's no way I'm getting to a grocery store at this time of night where I live to buy any. And I might be sitting here for the next 5 hours. We'll see. Got my stopwatch going in front of me so I can keep looking down and go, oh, okay. This video's that long already. But we will try to stretch it in our driving, trying to get as many miles as we can in per day. Hopefully the weather is good all the way through. Although it's not like we're going to get snow. But rain could slow us on down. Yeah, from what I'm seeing on the fall mod, it's not that the leaves are, you know, different colors. It does seem that the trees just have less leaves on them. That's pretty much it. I don't want to say that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not a modder, so I don't know exactly how much goes into doing mods for environmental work. I mean, I do paint jobs on trucks, and that's as far as I go. So to say, you know, I wish I could see more color. You're going to pull me into this way station too, aren't you? Alright, yeah. Just pull me into every way station. I'm still in Washington, am I not? You would think. Well, yeah, that's the problem, I'm thinking. If one way station in the state pulled you over, they have your... Never mind. Let's just get this over with. I just want to get into a rhythm, and it's not even 10 a.m. and I've already gone to 2 way stations. Maybe they think we're suspicious because we are a freight liner hauling Kenworth trailer. Is that the Cheetos van? I think that's the Cheetos van. I'm cutting him off. Alright, there's Kennewick. So I think, I do believe that's Washington still, Kennewick? I think so. I hope that way station up ahead is not on our side. Yeah, it is on the other side. Oh, okay, that's our loan payment. I think I passed that truck a while ago, so we'll pass it again. Actually, this is very good weather for our first day on the road. Well, you know what I mean. Our first day on this trip. We are taking a left up here. Wonder how smooth this corner is. That lane on the right merges to ours, so... It slowed down a bit. Of course, I would like to merge and everyone up here. Wasn't a smooth merge, but good enough. But we are making good time, and I probably just shot myself in the foot for saying that. Speed limit 65, so we're going to push it to 70. Kept waiting for that car in the fast lane to get moving, but they didn't want to go. I almost feel like I should have stayed in the left lane, even though I'm not passing that many cars, so this be easier. .55 around the corner. Maybe I should slow it down a little bit. What the heck am I going? I thought it was all interstate that we were taking, but apparently it is not. Or if it is, it's a weird... What are we going around, basically, is what I want to know. This is definitely an odd shape way of going around. I've been this way before, apparently. Does anyone know why this is done like this? I'm sure it's done this way also in real life. I'm just trying to figure out, is it because we're going up a steep hill and that we can't go up that steep in a straight line, so we got to do cutbacks, switchbacks, whatever you call it where you're from? It is pretty steep. Just a little bit focused because these are kind of snug turns. I want to make sure I try to stay in my lane with a tandem trailer. I probably should be in the right-hand lane, but for how I'm catching other trucks. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a lot of switchbacks like that just because the elevation change. We're not too far actually from the fuel depot that we need to get to. And I can see on the fuel gauge we are getting down there, but we still haven't hit the red spot yet. But we're only an hour and a half out before we get there. That was, I mean, I probably have done the same thing to others, so whatever. But I just love how they came out to the fast lane and then brake checked. Slow down, sharp curves ahead. Well, okay, so we went uphill. Now we're going to go downhill. What goes up must come down. Now we're finally catching up to the truck that originally I was trying to pass about a minute and a half ago. Now I got this guy kind of cutting me off again. Oh, way station ahead. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. A driver just brought in 10 grand. Is that our first driver to bring in 10 grand? I think so. Alright, soon I will have to get in that right-hand lane because our our gas station, our diesel station we need to stop at, is coming up in about half an hour. Let's see if I can get around this Bison transport. That trailer seems to be glitching a little bit. Alright, probably should get over at this point. Right-hand lane's open. A lot of traffic up ahead. Yep, there it is. We can see it. It's questionable if I could have made it all the way until 5 o'clock on the fuel that we have. But this will also be a good point of let's fuel up and then also pick out our destination for 5 o'clock. So I'm going to have 3.5 hours on my clock. Is there a second entryway here? I don't think I really see one, so... $5.22 for diesel. Alright, first let's put the fuel in. See how many gallons we take. I think it's a 250 gallon tank. If it is, we had 50 gallons left, which is pretty darn good. Let's exit out of here for a second. All right, so I got 3.5 hours on my clock. What is this? That's only 2 hours and 5 minutes. Okay. How about this rest area here? 3 hours and 5 minutes. Ooh. I don't think I can stretch it this far. I think this would be asking too much. 3.5 hours, that's 4 hours 17. So can I make up 40 minutes? I think we're going to stretch it just a little bit. I mean, we made up a half hour there, but to make up another half hour in the short time that we got. And that's not good. I kind of forgot I had a tandem trailer. This is not good. That's all we needed to do. Just give it some brute force. Alright, let's get back on the road. So right now our ETA at our destination of where we'd like to be is at 6 o'clock in the evening. Which is not bad. Ooh, I can't go out that way? Alright. Who knew getting out of a rest area would be this tricky? So I guess only way out is just the way I came in, I suppose. Tandem trailer. You got a tandem trailer. I could have gone a little bit worse. I could have had a teleport out of there, which I didn't want to do. Now I know we're stopping at an area that doesn't have a fuel depot, which is okay. So I'm not going to be putting on many miles on the way there. And then fingers crossed we can find... we'll probably be able to make it to our destination the next day as well, but see how it goes. We're just going to take it day by day. It's just day one. Speed limit is 65, so we should be able to do 70 no problem. So if it is 6 o'clock by the time we get to our destination, it will be just a little bit dark. I think we got to Seattle at 6 o'clock in the evening as well. I think once we get out of the northwest a little bit, get more to the Rockies, the speed limit will bump up a little bit. Although I think in our ETA, that's kind of calculated nowadays. In the early days of ATS, it wasn't. Helicopter up ahead, that means there's an accident and it's on our lane. Well, it's on our side. Anyone doing anything stupid, like myself, doing about 70 miles an hour through. To an accident scene. Ontario, so I still think we're in Washington. Well, it seems like the traveling we've done in Washington has been a lot of not a lot of straight lining on these interstates. It seems like I never, I guess, paid that much attention before to the interstates in Washington. Well, there goes Washington, and welcome to Idaho. And now the speed limit's bumped up to 70, which means we can get away with 75. that's what we're going to be doing. I'm just staying in the left lane for now, just because I don't want to keep switching from one side to the other. I'm getting stuck behind slow traffic, having to hit the brakes for the left lane to be open for me to get over. Then I think when we wake up tomorrow, our ETA in the bottom right-hand corner, we'll leave that for, is it Palm Springs that we're going to? Palm Coast. We'll leave it there because I shouldn't have to fuel up throughout the day. I think we can make it all the way through without having to fuel up. We can kind of see overall if we're keeping up to, you know, it looks like I'm going to drive a little bit over the 11 hours today. I mean, I'm gaining a little bit on that ETA. Originally was like 6, now it's down to 10 of 6. Might be able to make up another 10 minutes or so. So I'd like to get there at the end of Monday, if we can. I'm not really paying attention what the speed limit is now, which is down to 65. So, yes, I would get a speeding ticket for going this fast. Now the speed limit went back up. Every time it happens, you know how it goes. The second you slow down, like, oh, the speed limit went down. You start slowing down, and then the speed limit goes right back up. So I think, no, this wasn't the rest area come up. I think it was the first one I clicked on. It said 2 hours out. I'm like, no, that's too close. We'll scooch on over just because traffic has cleared out quite a bit. Even more so now. Yeah, it seems like once we got out of Washington, interstates seem to be more straight on. I would like to try to find out, though, what I should be doing with the cistern gas tanker that we have at Salt Lake City now. I really don't remember how much I paid for it. I want to say it was like at least $150,000 because that was, I mean, that's a big tanker, a lot of axles on it, all that good stuff. Kind of disappointing to see that I could only sell it for like 30 some odd thousand. I'd rather not. I'd rather have one of my drivers use it, but it seems like that trailer is causing some issues. I think what I might do is when we get our next garage and get our first driver, put the trailer in there, and hopefully that first driver takes the trailer and never gives it up. And we'll see how it goes. Because you're going to make more money if you use your own equipment, your own trailers. Especially a cistern tanker like that. I think I'm going... Is the speed limit still... Yeah, it is still 70. Okay. Seemed like it was just rather fast going through there. This may have been the rest area I was actually thinking about stopping at. And I was like, yeah, it's still a little bit shy of our full day. So we would have been here at 4:20. But yeah, we are making some time up. We're, you know, looking at 5:30 now that we're going to be at our rest area. So that's not bad. And we'll take in, we can throw in that, you know, we at the Kenworth dealership this morning, or factory anyways, we took a half-hour tour, right? So we can kind of throw that in there as that, we could add the half hour at the end of the day there. It does look like, by my stopwatch, the first day will be an hour long. But we did drive around Seattle, Washington, inside of the city. Then we had to leave the city. So hopefully the next couple of days will be just like 40 minutes long. I mean, not a lot of you spoke up, but when I asked, would you like to see it all one episode or split up? I think I had about 7 people say one episode, and one person said split up. Since 70 of you said one episode, you're getting it. Yeah, just because I did want to make up some time. Now we got some slowpoke in the left lane. Speed limit is 70 and we're down to, well, you can see 63. Got another half hour to our destination. And just like that, the sun is setting really, really quick. Hey, that car finally moved over. So we get to see you're going to get to see a little bit of driving at nighttime here and there, I'm sure. We're going down towards Salt Lake, apparently. I think I see our rest area up ahead. No fuel, so we're just going to go park up somewhere. You're going to pull me in anyways, aren't you? Yeah. Is that going to cause me an issue of getting to a parking area afterwards? I think I've done this before. I think I can pull a U-turn in here. But we'll go to the way station first. Wherever... wait, is it on that side? Oh, it's on that side. Hopefully no invisible walls here. I mean, can I pull over here? Is this a rest area? Please tell me this is a rest area. I think so. Yes, it is. Alright, so we're all set. But before we go to bed, and I'll show you what I do in case you've never seen how to advance time. Let me just go ahead and check on the drivers. Make sure all their statuses are either driving or sleeping. So everyone's on the road, which is good. Victor A, can you do better than minus 48 cents a mile? I mean, holy crap. But then again, you're out of Sacramento, so that explains some of it. So that is all good. Yeah, so back to drive. So this is what I usually do before I start recording an episode. I log back in. It's wherever we stepped off here. And then I enter the dev command. You'll get that little box down there. And then you type in g_set_time. And I need 8 o'clock in the evening, so that's 2000 hours. And bottom right hand corner, you see we're at 8 o'clock in the evening. And then all I do is hit rest. And we should wake up at 6 a.m. and we're ready to rock and roll. And we're up to $81,000. Oh, it's showing my next marker. Hang on a second. I think that's in Denver, right? We don't want that right now. We want to do that right there. And there we go. Now, it's going to be a little bit misleading because it says we're going to be there Saturday at 11:30 at night. That's if we were to drive straight on through. Whoa! I saw that car coming up and didn't know what to do and misjudged, but no accident, no tickets, no nothing. So yeah, it's kind of hard to see, but what I'm looking at is the amount of hours left, 41 hours, which is great, because if we drive 11 hours a day, that means 44 hours. Drive all day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I should be there Monday at this rate that we're going. So now we're going to treat this like a regular day. I don't think I need to stop for fuel anywhere until the end of the day. But we'll keep our eye on it for sure. But I think I got more than plenty. How far will we make it today? Wyoming would be good. If we can make it that far. What is the speed limit? 'Cause I'm up to 70. It is 70, okay. We'll put the cruise back up to 75. Perfect. The sun's coming up at the right time. And it's all good. Actually, I just had another thought, which is scary, I know. What we could do also is when I hit $150,000, which is enough to buy another garage, I could just take a driver from another garage and put them into that garage and put the gas cistern tank into that garage, and they'll take that tanker, and we can start profiting a little bit better. And I'm thinking I'll take a driver that has a very good rating because they'll have a lot of skill points. And that way they have more opportunities to take whatever they want with that gas cistern tanker. I mean, we should have $150,000 by the time we get to Florida, right? That should be a thing. I don't know what the speed limit went up to, but we're doing 75 and we're not even in the red. Speed limit is 80. Well, I'm not going to do 10% over 80 miles an hour, but we will right now do 80 miles an hour. Although with the sun coming up, it's going to be a little difficult for the first couple hours of the morning, glaring into that. It's really hard to see the traffic in front of us. Almost as bad when we had the winter mod and it snows and you come up on vehicles really, really quick without knowing it. So basically what we need to do by the end of the day is get our amount of hours to Palm, what's the name? Palm Coast. Okay, I was thinking it correctly. We got to get it down to under 33 hours. That's my goal. Readjust myself from my seat here so I can see better. Alright, speed limit is 80. Didn't expect to slow down to almost 50. Ah, way station. Oh, I already got the green light. Say Cheyenne 1 mile. I think I'm going through Cheyenne. Are we not? I'm gonna get over. I think we're getting off here. Cheyenne is where we're headed, in a way. Whoa. Someone almost tipped over. That was getting too comfortable. That's what happens. Oh, it's going to be a long 5 hours. It's going to be a fun 5 hours. I was like, yeah, we can make this turn. And all of a sudden that turn got a little sharper. And it's like, no, you're not. And the problem is I've had the cruise control on for a while now. So my feet we're not exactly by the pedals. Luckily, no one was around us either. Speed limit 75, so doing 80 is okay. Yeah, I like it. No traffic. Just me and the car in front of us, and they're doing 80 miles an hour as well, it seems like. Trying to think if we've we actually been through Kansas or not. Cheyenne. I know we're going to Cheyenne. Alright, I'm slowing down this time. That was better. Looking for traffic and almost running into the barrier on the side is not better. Alright, so we should be on the I-80. I didn't see what that said, but it said like Cheyenne, like 300 some odd miles. We're taking the I-80 all the way there. That's for darn sure. And then we'll connect on the I-25 in Cheyenne, head down towards Denver after I stop at this way station, right? No, they gave me the green light. Thank you, Wyoming. Every time I look over at Cindy, she's got the same facial expression. It's almost like she has no emotion over there. This will also give you a good feel in some sense, by driving more than one day, of how far ATS has come. If you were here from the beginning, when we just had California and Nevada for the first 3 or 4 months before Arizona came out, how far they have come and how much area you can actually drive in. So I mean, we're going to be driving like 3 straight days on SDS maps, I do believe. It won't be until we get down to Kansas before we're on the coast-to-coast map, which I haven't updated in a while, so I hope when we transition onto the map, we don't fall through. Because it's been a while since I've updated the map, but I think it's going to be okay. Looks like another good weather day for us, but then again, we know that can change rather quickly. Because there's been a few times I've said, oh, the weather looks great, and then within about a minute, it turns to rain or snow. See, I know, just a minute, just the second I get into the right-hand lane, I'm going to come up on traffic. I'm going to need a pass. Just cruising on through Wyoming. At least I'm back into a state where I've been to enough to where I can recognize some things from real life. Not so much in the western part of Wyoming, but from center down to the southeast, I know. I don't want to say rather well anymore. It's been a while since I've been there, but I was there quite often. Any of you that know Wyoming well enough, I used to go hiking and camping up in Centennial. Used to go backpacking and fishing up there. Already near Rock Springs. Yeah, I think today is going to be a little bit quicker because of the interstate. Ooh, there's a Dunkin' Donuts down there. If I was actually in this truck right now, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, and I saw a Dunkin' Donuts sign, I'd definitely be taking the exit and trying to find a way to get to the Dunkin' Donuts to get myself a coffee and a morning pastry. Loan payment. Yeah, I think by doing that test of buying a garage and taking a qualified driver, putting them in there with a cistern gas tank, if they just happen to not drive anywhere, then there's got to be a problem with that tanker. Because they're going to be the only drivers in that garage, so fighting over a tanker would be kind of weird. And if that does seem to be a problem, I mean, I could sell the tanker for $30,000, but I think I'm just better off putting it in the garage in Salt Lake City, which is ours. And I think trailers, tankers are considered like trucks. So, like Salt Lake City is just a one truck garage for it. It's a tiny garage, our starter garage. I'm only allowed to put one trailer in there because I only got one garage slot. Other garages, because they're all large, I can put only up to 5 trailers in there. At least that's the way I think it goes. Yeah, I think what I'm doing right here, just staying in the left lane. As long as we're going, I'm just going to stay in the left lane. It takes out a lot of going back and forth, getting stuck behind traffic, trying to merge into this left lane to pass traffic. Because we are just going through. That's all we're doing. And so far, at least this day, the first day that we just drove, I was constantly looking at what time it was, how much further we got to go. This drive here, I'm trying not to even look down there. Just drive. We got a ways to go. I know I'm in Wyoming. We got to go to Florida. If we could do 80 miles an hour all the way to Cheyenne, and mostly on the way down to Denver, we should be able to as well. We're going to make up a lot of time. And this is where the detour will show up on the interchange between I-80 and I-25. And we'll have to go to the Dakotas. I'm going to get over here just because traffic has cleaned out quite a bit. Also, getting back to the Dakotas, it was interesting to see, as I mentioned last episode, that Arkansas was the next announced state for DLCs. Of course, we're waiting on Kansas and Nebraska. I would assume they're going to come on that order. I can't see them releasing Nebraska and then bring Kansas, because then that'll leave kind of like a gap. Arkansas was kind of just interesting because I would have thought, okay, if you're going to do that, why wouldn't they have started with Louisiana and worked their way up? But they know what they're doing. They have a plan. I can see I'm going to get caught daydreaming quite a bit. So you may get moments of silence just because, yeah, I'm not used to recording. At least when I do like Farming Simulator, I could record, sometimes when I do Farming Simulator, I'll record for like 2 hours. And then, of course, by the time I get done editing and doing time lapses, you get an hour video or so. So really 2 hours is the most I would say I record straight out. But even then, like during the time lapse, I'm not talking, I'm not, I could be doing other things instead of having to do commentary. This here, there's going to be like no breaks. Hopefully for me, not the truck. I hope the truck has brakes, but for me personally, the only breaks I'm going to get is when I'm typing in to skip ahead to 3 hours from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. things, time-wise, are looking pretty good. I mean, we're only a day and a half in, but time-wise, they're looking good. I mean, overall, what am I getting paid for the entire trip? I mean, it's not great. I mean, it's $7,600 for a 5-day trip. So that's like, what, $1,300, $1,400 a day? Which is not bad. But then again, this isn't about the money making. It's about going from Seattle, Washington, all the way down to the southeast. Now I'm also just doing calculations in my head how big this file is going to be to upload to YouTube. So usually an episode of ATS is about 30 gigs. And that's for 1 day. So if this is 5 days, it's going to be 150 gigs to upload. That's going to take a while. I hope there isn't a restriction. That I don't know. I don't know if there's a restriction to how big a file can be that you upload to YouTube. I don't know. Well, I am starting to see. I just happened to peek down because I kind of forgot to tell myself not to peek down. But yeah, we're 33 and a half hours out. And it's 12:30 in the afternoon, so we're going to chew into that a little bit more. So if all goes well, we will be under 30 hours by the end of the day. And really from here all the way down, I would say to Florida, it's going to be all interstate. And it's going to be a lot of straight stuff. So I think we're going to pick up a lot of time. I really haven't been paying attention as well. But by the looks of things, I think we're between Laramie and Cheyenne. Happy Jack Road, yes. Happy Jack Road. Lincoln Memorial. It's not, well, the other Lincoln Memorial. Is that it right there? Yeah, so right here, that Lincoln Memorial. I don't know if that's exactly what it's called, but the reason why that is there, that this is the highest point on Interstate 80, elevation-wise. I want to say 8,200 feet in elevation. And we're about halfway to Cheyenne from Laramie, so that's like 30 miles. To Cheyenne. Although I do see our interchange coming up. Alright, let's punch and get in front of this dude. Now we're at the I-25 interchange. Well, I was hoping to make Wyoming by the... I didn't think I was going to make it to Colorado. Let's skip right out. No traffic at all. Speed limits should be... Ooh, 65? Alright. Didn't know it was that slow on I-25. I don't remember it being that slow on I-25 from Cheyenne down to at least Fort Collins. Oh, now it's 75. All right. So So at this rate, we'll make Denver. Yeah, Denver will definitely make. So I just got to make the decision of. Well, we'll find out here in a minute. I think when it gets around 2 o'clock, I'll have to double check, and Cindy will get her tablet out. And we got to figure out where we're going to call it an evening. And preferably a place that has some diesel fuel. Now, technically, all the way from Cheyenne all the way to Denver, you are going downhill. Because Cheyenne's at like 8,100 feet in elevation, and Denver, in case you didn't know, they call it the Mile High City. Because their elevation's a mile high at 5,200 feet-ish in that general area. I do have a way station coming up, but I'm probably going to get pulled into this one. So I'm going to get into this lane so they say no. Yeah, figures. I mean, it's been a while since we've been pulled in. And I don't know how well the way stations talk to one another with information on their computers. But they can probably see where I was at a way station this morning and that I'm here now, and they're probably thinking, dude, how fast have you been traveling? Alright, so while we're kind of sort of waiting here, when this truck gets up to the way station, we're going to go ahead and look at Cindy's tablet. And we need to pick ourselves a place to rest in 3 hours. So there's Denver. Well, if I were to say here, that's only an hour and 5 minutes. Okay, that's... I mean, this would be the ideal, but is that too... I think it's going to be too far. Can I not? Well, we'll just click on it. Why does that say an hour and 5 minutes? What? Oh, you know why? Because I think I still got it clicked in Denver. That's going to screw me on up. Alright, so where were we? Probably got to do this again. That's 2.5 hours. And there's no way I'm making the other one. So, I think that'll be where we rest on up this evening. So what I'm going to do is come down here and I'm going to pin that. Yeah, 4:30 sounds good. Oh, parking brake's on. All right, let's get through Denver. Alright, trucker, you want to tell me why you left the right lane to get in that left lane? What do you know that I don't know? Loveland. Loveland is a nice area. If you ever want to go see some elk and some mule deer that are very used to humans, that is a place to go. I'm not saying you want to go out there and hand feed the animals, but you definitely will see them. Got some nice cottages out there, log cabins you can stay in. speed limit 75. I think we'll just put the cruise control back on to where it's... I think I set it for 78 or so. So at least the rest area that we're stopping at has fuel, and we'll be good to go for Saturday, because technically it's Friday in-game. And we'll see how the weekend treats us. And I think also when we call it a day here, we'll have to look at where we might want to go. So maybe change up the route a little bit. We need I-70 eastbound, which I think we're coming up on. In real life, this interchange could be backlogged. Just saying. I've been through here in rush hour traffic before, and it has come to a standstill. Hey, turn your vehicle off because you're going to be waiting a while. Stand still. Every time I see that building right there, if I remember correctly, if I were to take not this exit, but the next exit after that, there's a Joe's Crab Shack not far from there, which was delish. I didn't look. Am I on? I think I'm on the I-70 all the way to... Oh, I was like, what? I saw the whole thing's flash red. I was like, what the heck's that? Oh, yeah. The fuel situation. And we're fine. Should be able to go 250 miles. We only got to go 70. Speed limit 65 through here? There we go. We don't have to push it too much. So this is where having the points in the fuel that we do. I think we save 30% on fuel. I do have I do believe I got real fuel usage on. So when you have it turned off, it's just going to be steady. You get so many miles per gallon no matter what. I believe I got it turned on, so depending on our RPMs, yada 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 yada, all that fun stuff, our fuel mileage is going to vary. Actually, you can kind of see it on this dash on the right-hand side where it keeps going and flickering around a little bit. Speed limit's now 75. Alright, and there is our rest area up ahead. And we'll do the same thing with the ETA. We'll get rid of the checkpoints because now we don't have any after we stop here. And we can keep an eye on how long it is to get to Palm Coast. And our next goal is to finish tomorrow with I'm going to say under 20 hours. We should be finishing today with under 30 hours, I would think. Always forget which one of my Jake breaking horn is. Just gotta remember, you got yourself a tandem trailer behind you. Just gotta remind myself that, because driving on interstate all day long, it doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so once I cross this checkpoint, does it erase the checkpoint and give me the grand total? Yeah, so we're 29 and a half hours out, so that is grand. And we're kind of finishing the day early. I'm just trying to figure out where I need to go. So what was it? 5.22 for diesel fuel. Was that Washington? Now we're down to 4.47 a gallon. Well, 217 gallons. So it must be a 250 gallon tank. Alright, let's not get stuck on the fuel pumps this time. How are my trailers back there? Alright, so... I think we're good. And we must be in a parking zone, so we're going to stop right here. Alright, not going to rest yet, because I just want to double check on a few things. Number one, not truck dealers, drivers. Status. Alright, so we got one in Denver that, I mean, he could just return back to the garage and he could be turning around. So by morning, that should be taken care of. As long as it's only one driver, I don't worry. When I see like a couple of them and they're all in the same garage, that's when I get just a little bit nervous. So that is all set. World map. And I just want to see... Yeah, I think we're just going to go right through Kansas. I don't think it's going to be worth it because there's not really an interstate. If I was going to go straight on down through, it would have been I-25. And I was looking at this before I started recording. I didn't want to go all the way down to I-40, which would have been probably not bad. That would have got us to Oklahoma. But what we can do... Alright, so currently it's 1,752 miles. But if we come on down to Oklahoma City, I think. And we want to take the I-40. So 1752. 1718. Alright, that's the way we're going to go. Just to get us back, you know, we're going to go through a little bit through Kansas. And we'll get back onto the coast, the SCS maps. And then we'll cut through Arkansas. And then the rest of the way will be fine. For the most part. I'm just a little bit nervous. Like I said, I haven't updated the coast-to-coast map in a while, but I don't think there's been any changes. So I think the roads are going to match up. But if they don't, we'll figure it out. And we'll get through it. But we'll leave that there. And that's the way we are going tomorrow. Alright, so now we just got to do the same thing as we've done before. And see, that day didn't last too long. We're only an hour and a half in-ish. But let's go ahead and activate the dev command. And it's G_set_time 20. And if I did it right, it should go to 8 o'clock. Perfect. And then quickly go to bed. Get some rest. 6 a.m. And usually this is where I say, hello truckers and welcome back. But you're here. So let's just get on the road, shall we? Hey, we're up to $104,000. I don't think I'm supposed to be going out this way, but here we are. And now on the road again. I mean, no traffic should be coming, I would think. But that's the problem. You don't think, and that's when a car will be coming. Alright, day 3. And just remember, the ETAC at the bottom corner, I'm just keeping it there, because if I get rid of that pinpoint, it's going to make us drive where we were before. So, we know it was like 29 and a half hours to Palm Coast. So if I drive 11 hours, we should be somewhere around 18 hours by the end of the day. Apparently there's a way station that gets you on the on-ramp. But we got the green light. I didn't make a wrong turn, did I? I didn't pull a Dumb and Dumber. And when, you know, remember that movie? Jim Carrey, Jeff Daniels? Get back on the interstate and head the wrong direction. And we watch the sunrise once again. I can see the longer I go on, I'm just going to lose focus as we go on further and further. I want to do without taking a break. Just trying to get myself my own personal goal for this episode. I probably should have had a better look at that map when I was clicking on things, so I knew what city I need to be looking out for our turns. Looks like speed limit is 75, so you know, I'm not going to be a little bit shy on cranking it up just a little bit. But another beautiful day so far. Although it does look a little bit more hazy out there, so, you know, maybe get some rain later on today. Hasn't rained at night either. So in 2 days, our company made 50 grand. That's along with paying $12,000 in loan payments. Felt that little bit of an interchange in the road of my steering wheel. Oh yeah, I didn't really see on the map either, which would have shown me with yellow roads. Have I really been into Kansas? I'm not sure. I mean, I have been on the Kansas in coast to coast before. Just not sure if it was, you know, in this profile. I'm not sure. I have no idea. But today we are. And sometime in the near future, yeah. Hey, Dorothy, Kansas is going bye-bye. But then coming in the way of a DLC via SES themselves. Ah, so that marker will be there like at 3:30 in the afternoon-ish. So that's pretty close to the end of our day. One thing I haven't done is save the game, but hopefully the quick saves are there for me if I need to. Because I'm usually, like, you know, as you know, we just drive one day, and at the end I save the game, and that's it. See, no traffic. Let's go ahead and merge on over. Something tells me that we could be getting close to, or we already are on the coast-to-coast map, because it's starting to get a little more open. Once again, a big thank you to everyone who helped out throughout the years on the Coast to Coast map, because, I mean, when we go back to 2016 when the game came out and the Coast to Coast map came out, you know, basically it was this interstate and it was all this flat green, no shrubbery, nothing on the side of the roads. And as the first couple years went on, you know, they pretty much worked on the southeast and worked their way this way a little bit. Texas was just done over rather well, but I think, you know, once announcement has come out of a state coming out by SES, they probably pretty much say, well, we're not going to bother developing that much anymore. So I kind of hope that they work on the East Coast a little bit more, and I think this hit my microphone, so sorry about that. Hopefully that doesn't come through too well, Anya. I think Colby is in Kansas. Although I didn't see a welcome to Kansas sign, so maybe we're not in Kansas yet. What's this sign coming up? Well, it's not a welcome to Kansas sign, that's for sure. I may have missed it. That guy's trying to pull off what I've been doing, just riding in the left lane. That road was rather rough. Whoa, 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 whoa. Trailer damage, 5%. I think I hit the truck behind me. Well, so much for the not causing an accident. Trailer damage is I'm okay with. Cargo damage is at 0. Okay. Well, darn it. Why can't AI traffic get off the interstate like a normal driver should, which is you kind of coast off the interstate and get on the off ramp before you slow down. You don't slam on the brakes while you're on the interstate. Now, if I had a regular sized trailer, I don't think we would have been into an accident there, but being a tandem, it was either hit the car in front of me, which, as we know, when you do that, they come to a grinding halt, or try to merge into the fast lane. Hopefully the trucker in the left lane was far enough back, or saw me merging over and they hit their brakes. But I was kind of hoping for a clean run, but that was like a 10% chance of that happening. Actually, Kansas is done over decently, I think. Has been a while since we've been through here. And I can see by the roads on the GPS They are yellow up ahead, so that means we have been through. And I think we've been through on the eastbound side. I just don't remember when it was, but it's been a while. Way station coming up, I think. At least I see the icons for it. I'm going to get on over because we haven't been pulled over in Kansas yet. It may not even be an active one. It could be just a placement. Which it must be. And when I see those on the interstate, that's what the early day of Coast to Coast looked like. Those were few and far between, but they worked on it within about a month or two, and they had gas stations often enough and rest areas. In a way, I guess if the accident's going to happen, I'm kind of glad it happened to the trailer, because that's not ours. Yeah, don't damage the truck. The trailer, that's fine. Doesn't belong to us. Don't make me downshift. And why did you have to get in this lane, sir? I mean, it's going to be a drag race between the tanker and this trucker. And I don't know who's going to win. And now we're all just boxed in. Now I'm getting boxed in. Are we going to be stuck behind these two? I don't think our turn is going to be that far off. We will be heading south here in a while. I think. But if not... Are we really climbing that much in elevation? I'm actually just trying to get back up to speed here. That's a loan payment. Oh man, we dropped below 100 grand. But it's getting to be a struggle just to get back up to a good speed here. All because this trucker in front of us way back when pulled out in front of us just at the right time for him. Wrong time for us. Oh, and of course, our exit is coming up. Do I chance it to get around him and cut him off? I think so. Go to a lower gear to get a little more RPMs, make sure our speed keeps up. Salina, Kansas City, I do believe. Or Salina, Kansas is all it really means. There we go. Cruise control. Now we're headed on the way to Oklahoma. Just keep my eye on the sides, make sure I got room to move on out to that left lane if I need to. Which I think I'm going to. I am gaining on that car, and I expect him at any moment to take one of those off ramps where they hit the brakes and then turn right. I don't know why the thought just crossed my mind. It's been a long time since I hit an invisible wall on an interstate. Those are fun. Those will scare the crap out of you. I think I've only done it once in this series, and this is how far back it goes. Wyoming wasn't even a DLC then. Was it in this series? I think it was. I think it was just before Wyoming came out. And we merged, we were going from Colorado into Wyoming. We were in the left lane on I-25 going into Cheyenne. And not long after we crossed the state line, we hit an invisible wall. But we reported it to the Coast to Coast map editors, and they took care of it rather quickly. Kind of knew when we were coming on down through when I was planning this trip a while ago. So when we do take this trip, at least when we get, you know, into the Rockies and in the Midwest, the speed limits are kind of high, so we'll be able to, you know, chunk through the mileage pretty good. But I still thought for some reason it was a 3-day trip. I don't think I've been on this part of the the Coast to Coast map. Oh, okay, maybe I have been. Or maybe not. Hang on a second. Well, see in the GPS in the bottom right-hand corner, if the other lane turns yellow as we go on down through, then no, we haven't been here. Give it a moment. And does it change yellow? Yes, it does. So we have not been here before. And this is what parts of the Coast to Coast map can be, especially in the northern parts, where you get to see this. Now, this may be what Kansas looks like through here, I don't know. But pretty soon we'll be into Oklahoma. Hey, thank you for getting us back over 100 grand. Appreciate it. Well, we're right back in Oklahoma. Now, we're still technically on the coast-to-coast map because I'm pretty sure the SES map doesn't have a road going out to Kansas, which isn't quite there for us. Looks like I can see some detail coming on in, so I'm pretty sure soon we'll be in the Oklahoma of Oklahoma. Probably where those shrub trees are. Just don't fall through the map. That's all. That's all I care about. Don't fall through the map. I would say at this point we're back on the SES map, so we're good. But we'll have one more transition when we leave Oklahoma and go into Arkansas. We'll be back on the coast-to-coast map. The question is, will we make it into Arkansas today? The speed limit is 75. We're doing 79, so we're not doing that much over the limit. I'm not really going that much over the speed limit, but if you're wondering why do I keep speeding, only because I don't want the video to be, I am trying to get there in a timely manner. I'm not speeding because our ETA is questionable. We should be fine on that so far, but I also don't want the video to be like 4 hours long. We are actually approaching almost 2 hours on the video. And if you made it this far without taking a break so far, well, congratulations. You're one of the few, I'm sure. I, myself, am going to try to get all the way through without taking a break. And my back is not going to like it. Neither will my butt. Alright, it's going to be, we're almost at our marker that I put down. I think originally, when we left this morning, it said it was going to be there, what, around 3:30? And right now, we're almost there, and we'll be there at 2 o'clock, so we picked up an hour and a half. Speed limit is only 65. Ooh, that was a lot of lag right there. A lot of lag. Alright, our interchange is coming up. Did I want to go? Oh, nuts. Alright, I was wondering that, and I wasn't really paying that much attention. My bad. But luckily, I don't want to say we just lost an hour. That's, you know, that's fine. We were doing good. Luckily, I have a little bit of extra time on my side. And I need to get back up to speed now and pay attention. I saw that we were, like, you know, kind of going to the left. So I thought I needed to stay to the left, but no. Here we go again. I think I need to go this way. There we go. It just seems weird because I keep seeing the sign that says Dallas, and it's like I didn't think I wanted to go that way. Well, now I do, but yeah, let's avoid Texas if we can. Mainly Houston. All the way at the very start, it's like, let's not miss any turns, any detours. We don't have the time. But this gives me not good opportunity. Let's put a neutral, park and brake. It is 2 o'clock. So I got about 3 hours on my clock. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and let me do this here. World map. So just under 3 hours. What does this do? Wait, I still got another marker somewhere? Yes, here we go. Let's get rid of that marker. 249. That works out perfectly. So this is our rest area for the evening. Day 3, this is, right? Yeah, day 3. Feels kind of weird being at a stoplight. Alright. Let's get to our rest area tonight without any more mess-ups. That's not going to be too bad, I don't think. We're doing rather well for ourselves. Time-wise. When originally I thought I was going to be having to drive the 14 hours a day to get there. Looks like there might be some rain in the forecast as it gets more and more cloudy. Alright, so I think I need to be over here, which is kind of weird. I need to go left to go right. At least I did it correctly that time. I do check my side mirrors before I do turn into other lanes most of the time. I check the side mirror and then I do a blind spot check. Speed limit 65, so 72 should be fine. It's all good. Sense myself just getting a little tired. But I think getting to our rest area and kind of resetting my mind, saying, well, you're more than halfway there. And really, like I said, if we're looking at this correctly, when I get done today, I should be, 18 hours out. Which means I got one full day and then like a half a day. So we're more than halfway there. Oh, speed limit's up to 75. Yeah, see, I'm not really... I need to get to the rest area and just have a reset on the brain. But day one was, what, an hour long about? And now we've done 2 days, and it's going to be like an hour and 15 minutes to get 2 days done. So I'm expecting the video to be about 3.5 hours long. Just think someday, maybe like 5 years down the road, to where all the states will be on here. And you'll be able to do external contracts, which would be insane. And so the next couple days, I'm really not going to set GPS. We may have a look at it, just to have a look to make sure. I want to make sure we're on mostly interstate. I don't want to be taking any side roads if I can help it. I can see why truckers could fall asleep, because if you don't have a radio on and you just hear the sound of the engine constantly just at a certain pitch, certain hum, you can get kind of relaxed inside of a cab. I do believe this is going to be a rest area coming up. Yep, I need a reset. I'm not taking a break, I just need a reset for a moment of not driving is what I need. So, yeah, we just crossed a marker, so we're just over 1,000 miles out from Palm Coast, Florida. And a little over 17 hours to get there. And actually, GPS has me going down this road now back on the interstate. That's what I need to correct it. Oh, now they have me going. Okay, never mind. GPS changed its mind once again. Alright, you have a tandem trailer, so don't be pulling out of here too sharp. Alright, what's the fuel here? 425. So we're ending the day at 110,000. I would like to end the episode at 150,000. Alright, let's get ourselves a parking area, and then I'll probably have myself just a little bit of a break, looking at a couple things, doing some truck owner-operator stuff. Alright, where is... Probably out here at the dirt is where it's showing the icon. I can't really back in too well. So we're going to do it like that. Take out the whole area. That's what we're going to do. Engine, and we're all set here. Let's go ahead and have a look and make sure our drivers are doing okay. Status on the road. Yeah, no one's back at the garage sleeping. They're either on the road sleeping or they're driving, which is good. Anyone making like extreme amount of money per day? Tori out of Denver is making $3 grand a day. It's pretty darn good. And we got some drivers here. Some of these drivers, you got to give them a break because they could have been in Sacramento and then Alamosa or whatever. You can see all the Sacramento drivers. They're probably picking back up Alamosa down here too. Those are the ones where our garage has been kind of slacking, if you will. World map. Just making sure we get all interstate here for the most part. I'm not going to mark anything. We'll wait until 2 o'clock in the afternoon like always. But looks like we're going all the way to Memphis on I-40. We're still in Oklahoma. We haven't gotten to Arkansas yet, but we're taking the I-40. Oh, nuts! Taking the I-40 to Memphis. Okay, in Memphis we interchange the I-22, and then we take the I-20 to Atlanta, I-75, and I don't think I have to worry about that much more. So I just got to keep Memphis, Memphis in my mind. And then Atlanta. Memphis, Atlanta. Yeah, I don't know where we're going to end up tomorrow. Probably, I don't know. We'll shoot for somewhere. I don't know. Maybe just... Let's shoot for Atlanta. We'll just shoot for Atlanta. Let's go ahead. We got to go to drive again. All right. And by now, G underscore set underscore time to 20. Say 8 o'clock. Yes, that all works good. Up to $115,000. Let's go ahead and sleep to the night. Get a good night's rest. $141,000. All right, that's what we like to see. You can watch all drivers brought in for money. It's going to scroll across quite a bit, I'm sure. Well, right about here, you're probably seeing a jump cut. And let me explain why this happened. So, the game crashed. And it also turned off, it stopped my recording. And I got nervous when it does that because sometimes if I don't stop the recording with the keys that you're supposed to, it corrupts the file. So when the game crashed, it closed out my recording, did everything. I just spent the last 10-15 minutes holding my breath that the first 2 hours of the recording is fine, and that seems okay. And then I logged back into the game to the last quick save, because I haven't saved it since the day before. And it brought me to the rest area just before I fueled up. So that's where we are. I didn't make it too far down this road. It was actually at 6:23 that the game crashed. I hope it doesn't happen again. It's almost 6:23. Keep your fingers crossed. Yeah, that's where we were. Or that's where I was when the game crashed and my recording stopped. But the recording seems fine. So the jump cut was just because, I won't say just because the game crashed and everything else happened, but hopefully nothing else happens. Fingers crossed. And while I was at it, I did get up and walk around the house for a bit just to relieve my butt. My butt needed a little bit of relief anyways. And plus I went out and stood on the deck for a couple seconds just to take in some cool fall fresh air. Because I was so worried. I'm like, did I just lose 2.5 hours? Or that's where I'm at right now. I haven't stopped my stopwatch. But about 2 hours in, did I just lose all that footage? And the answer seems to be no. So I think we're good. Now I just lost my, I forgot what I was even talking about, what was going on, so the flow is going to seem a little bit different. You're not going to, no, okay. So I do know that we are going to Memphis and then headed to Atlanta. That's the route we're taking. I should mention, though, which was kind of interesting, after I fueled up and went to the rest area, same rest area that we were at, and slept overnight, it rained. So that was kind of interesting. So we are now in Arkansas. I did see the state sign not long ago. But that sun is just... it needs to rise. I mean, it's not bad, but it is glaring enough. Whoa, 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 whoa. Trees. I don't know if they're passable or not, but we snuck through there. And that does make me a little bit nervous, because I don't know if I should be on the coast-to-coast map. We didn't fall through the map either. I'm trying to remember the last time I updated the coast-to-coast map, and it's been... it definitely was after Oklahoma came out. But there are trees in the road. not really sure if those trees are collidable or not. But anyways, we got less than 1,000 miles to go to Palm Coast. What's the speed limit here? 70, so we'll do... I mean, technically 77 we can get away with, so we're going to do 75. And we're on I-40 all the way to Memphis. That I do remember. But I did go through a big range of emotions when the game crashed, and then I looked over at my recording session, and it didn't show it was still recording. And I was like, okay, when did that quit? Because I didn't turn, you know, so I was wondering, I may have said a few choice words. So the first thing I did was I got the recording file, went into my editor, and yeah, everything seems okay. Then it was a matter of where do I load into. And then when I found out, okay, so it was just I didn't miss too much, or have to backtrack too far. But for me, it's just been 15 minutes since that happened. So we're still driving all the way through. Yeah, if we get to the other side of Atlanta today, I think, I mean, we should get there on Monday, which is tomorrow. In game, that is. And it doesn't need to be there until Tuesday, so yeah, we're doing great. Should I just stay in the left-hand lane? It's been working for me all the way through. We're on here for a little bit. Yeah, so Arkansas is part of the coast-to-coast map. So you can see it's done over well. It's not flat terrain on either side of the roads. We got far landscapes to look at. Now I feel like a certain calm has come over me after I realized that my recording is fine. The quick save wasn't too far back. I almost feel like probably like an 8-year-old after you have a lot of sugar, then you get the sugar crash. That's the way I feel right now. So I think when we get to Florida, and I'll probably will call it a day when we get there. Meaning, if we arrive at Palm Coast at 11 a.m., I'm not grabbing a load, turn and burn. Me and Cindy are going to call it a day, and we're going to go to the beach. That's what we're going to do. But money-wise, if we got the cash, I think we're going to buy the garage in Dallas. And then next episode, I'll focus on picking out a driver and putting the cistern gas tank down there, and they can deal with it. But we will at least buy the garage. We'll spend our money. If we still have, I mean, I don't know if we're going to be up to 150,000. I think we will be. I mean, we are going to have 2 payments by then, so that'll be like 12 grand. So that'll drop us to 128. So I need $22,000 to be brought in, which, yeah, I mean that might be a little bit of a thing. We're gonna bring in 7 ourselves. Yeah, Arkansas has done over really well for the coast to coast map. So actually, I could actually start doing a little bit of math. So it is Sunday in game, and it says if we drive on through, we'll be there at 11 o'clock in the evening. We get done at 5, so technically at the end of the day, I should have roughly about 6 hours tomorrow to get to Palm Coast, which means 6 hours. We start at 6, we should be there at noon tomorrow. But the way we've been picking up some time, it may be 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll see. I'm guessing a detour is going to happen, just because. Why did you get into the left lane there, sir? I'd like to know what happened that caused the... I don't know if it was my recording software that caused the game to crash, which I don't think happened because then my recording probably wouldn't be good. I'm just guessing the game crashed, and when the game crashed, because I'm recording that's what turned off my software. I haven't had an ATS crash in I don't know when, but then again, I don't think I haven't played over 2 hours straight in ATS for a long time either. A Hardee's billboard sign. There's not... I don't think there's any Hardee's up where I live at all. I haven't seen one in ages. And I have not ate at one in ages. Probably since early 2000s. Alright, so we must be near Memphis because... Oh, Memphis this way. Okay. I knew we were headed to Memphis before we got near the interstate, but must be... Oh, whatever. Just follow the GPS. Not always a hard thing that you should do, following GPS. Because we all know GPS can be rather screwy at times. I'm not sure I want to be doing this, but we're out here. I remember it was late at night, actually probably more like 2 o'clock in the morning, but I guess it's late at night. And I was driving to a hotel, and GPS tried to get me to go a certain way, and luckily I saw it. You can imagine in the middle of the night, turning a corner. I could see the hotel, so we were pretty close to it. And it said turn, and there was a road there, but luckily that my headlights of my truck caught it just in time. There was a cable going across the road. That would have been fun. And then I started looking, and there was like a small little drop off. It was like a 5-foot drop off down to the parking lot of the hotel. I don't know what that was for, but GPS tried to get me to go there. Maybe that used to be the old entryway to the hotel. And then, to top that one off, when we got into the hotel, I went to check in, and because I was checking in so late, my room was given away. But lucky for me, the manager that was on, he was a great manager. He gave us like a deluxe suite to stay in for the week. It's like, all right, I ain't gonna complain about that. Because I did have it on there as a late arrival check-in. That was Mystic, Connecticut that happened in. Now the one thing I just realized, but I don't think I did it. Are we getting back on? Oh yeah, we are back on interstate. This doesn't seem like we're getting back on interstate. I was like, oh crap! I reloaded the game. Did that reset my route? Did we change the route? I couldn't remember. I was like, we should be getting on interstate, and we are. We're on I-22. I guess the one thing about me doing a long video is you're getting some of my stories that probably wouldn't ever get fit into a, sounds kind of weird, into a 1 hour video. But I mean, this video is going to be at least 3 hours, so a lot of commentary to fill in. Alright, so now we're on our way to Atlanta. Got cruise control set for 75. Happiness is a choice. I mean, for the most part, yes. Paying a $6,000 loan payment every day, not so happy. But if it wasn't for the loans, we wouldn't have had the fleet in the early beginning like we did have. And now we wouldn't be making the money that we currently are. If my drivers don't just kick back at the garages and never go anywhere. Because they're fighting over a trailer. I was ready to say, when I saw the flashing lights, I started looking at the GPS quickly. I'm like, is this a detour area? And I'm like, can't be, because there's no off-ramp here. So we should be in Tennessee at this point, which I did not remember seeing any signs that welcome to Tennessee. Because Memphis is in Tennessee, and we went around it. Well, maybe we were far enough, I don't know. Don't remember. But maybe we weren't quite into Tennessee. Either way. And we have not been on this road before? Well, we're just taking roads that Peanut has not traveled before, apparently. This interstate should take us all the way to Atlanta. Then we'll take, is it the 295 that goes around Atlanta? Can't remember. Can't remember. Been a while since I've been around Atlanta. In ATS, that is. The only time I've been to Atlanta was taking the connecting flight with Delta. way station. Time for me to pull in. See if we could do a rolling stop here. So under, I think it's under 3. Not quite, but yes we did. Not quite, but yes we did. Good enough. Nice merging lane. I like that out of a safety inspection area. Get yourself a nice merging lane, not one that abruptly comes to an end right the second you come on out. Alabama. Hello, Alabama. Sweet home. No, never mind. Alabama's not my home. That's Salt Lake City, Utah in ATS. I wouldn't move over a little bit, but there's a car in the left lane, so... And I should have slowed down as well. That definitely is a violation in real life. Yeah, making up some time today as well. So far we made it by half an hour. Whole bunch of trucks getting off there, going to the rest area. Just looking for my first sign that says Atlanta and how many miles it is. Just because I'd like to get through there today, which I think we're going to. Because, I mean, we only got 600 miles in total down to Palm Coast. I'm happy just to stick right here in the middle lane. Hey Marcus, you want to bring in just a little bit more than $429 there? That'd be nice. But like I've always said, as long as it's a positive that you're bringing in, not a negative, we're good. Speaking of good, let's not miss what I'm supposed to be doing here, which is exit to the right, Atlanta. Yep, thank you for the road signs. Those are very helpful. That's why it's good to know where your interchanges are on interstates. That way you can read the road sign and know which way you should be going. Atlanta. Now it's just a matter of how many miles to Atlanta. So if you haven't seen the southeast part of the coast-to-coast map, you're looking at the detail that it gives you, which is pretty darn good. I guess I probably should ask after in Florida, is there any place people would like me to go? I know there's been some requests to go up north. I have been putting that off just because there's not much up there. But maybe we should go to New England. Although I just fear the views will drop just because once we get way up north, there isn't much. At least last time we've been up there, hasn't been much to look at. And looking at the map itself, I don't think they've really touched up on it at all. There haven't been any requests in a while to go to a certain city. There was for a while, for a short time. I say maybe during the last holidays. I had like 3 or 4 people within about a couple weeks to say, can you go here, can you go there, can you go here? And we went to those 3 places. And since then, no one's pretty much said, oh, can you go to my hometown here? Although I realize most of you may not live in the States. But if you're looking to see somewhere, because after we get to Florida, I really don't have a set plan. I mean, this was my major plan for a while, go from Seattle to Florida, and we're doing it. Although I did not know I was going to do it all in one go. But I think when I get done with this, like I said, it's going to be... You know, I don't know how long the video is going to be. I think it's going to be a little bit shorter than what my recording is saying. But it's going to be like 3.5 hours on recording. Which overall isn't too bad. Which may put the video under 100 gigs, which I'll be happy on. Probably take my PC all night to render this video. This is why I'm recording it a week in advance, because I want to make sure render's okay, upload's okay. So I actually had an upload. My time at Sandrock, I did episode I went to do. I went to upload it, and they kept stopping at 80%. I had to re-render the video and upload it. Second time was a charm for that one. That hasn't happened to me in ages. I just know when it comes time to uploading this one, it's probably going to take maybe 18 hours to upload. Maybe even more than that. Well, we are now in Georgia. One more state to go, and that's Florida. Don't think we'll get there in this in-game day, though. Oh, it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll have to start thinking about at some point somewhere where... Don't know where that truck almost came to an abrupt halt just to move over. But that's what they do. Yeah, I need to find some place where it's not too hectic, and we're going to have to pick a place to stay for the night. And this is our, I think we're coming up on our turn going around Atlanta. I want to to say it's a 295, but that... Is that correct? There was a 2 there. I just didn't read the rest of it quick enough. $285. I think it said 285. Alright, this might be the good spot to do this in because there's no traffic around us. It's 2:30, so we got 2.5 hours on our clock. Yep, 285. That was 295. Either way. Let's see, what do we got? Ooh, anything? There's a fuel stop with no rest area. That's 4.5 hours out. Okay. I'm not going to buy anything close to a rest area at all. I mean, there's one here, but that's... Okay, I got to figure this out now. There's a fuel. And that's 4.5 hours. We don't got 4.5 hours. Alright, how about if we change... How about if we change the way we go? Alright, so it's 7.5 hours-ish, the way we currently are going. And that wouldn't be too bad. Alright, hang on a second. Let's stop marking that. And let me mark this. So it's still 7.5 hours, and it's 2.5 hours to our next checkpoint. We got fuel, we got rest areas. That works. That works for us. So instead of coming down through here, yep, we're going to be taking away. Yeah, we're good. We are good that way. As long as I don't take a wrong turn somewhere. I'll slow down a little bit through here. They give me caution warning lights, so... Although that wasn't that bad at all. Well, hello, Mr. Airplane. That's probably the airport I was mentioning earlier that I probably connected at. And this is the tunnel underneath the airport. Kind of funny when I look at it now where it shows 400 miles to Palm Coast. Making a regular video, that would have seemed like a long ways off. But when you start the episode needing 3,000 miles to get where you need to be, under 400 miles feels like, hey, we're just about there. So I didn't change in the bottom right hand corner where our checkpoint is. I just got to know it's going to be somewhere right around 5 o'clock. So when we get there in a couple of hours, I'll keep my eye open on the GPS to make sure I don't miss my off ramp. I do know I got to go to Savannah. Savannah, keep right. I'm all over the road right now. One way to pick up speed, go down over a bridge. Hopefully our drivers have a good evening. That way tomorrow we can buy the garage in Dallas. Should be 150 grand to buy it. We don't have to go there like we used to back in the old days. We can phone it in. And I'm not sure, does you have to have visited the city that the garage is in order to buy it? I don't think you just click on any garage that's on the map and click on it. I think you have to have been to at least a city or discovered the city, as they say it when it comes up here. Speed limit is 70. At least I took the right off ramp there. You can tell when the GPS gets a lot of cluster on it and off ramps and interchanges. I really don't say much because I'm focusing on the GPS and where I am at, making sure I'm taking the right road that I sometimes still miss. So in about half an hour, we should be at our rest area for the evening. Now in real life, by getting there a day early, which we're going to be basically doing, because they don't want this really until Tuesday, midday. Okay, yep. What? I don't know what happened there, other than me driving off the road a little bit. Yeah, getting there a day early, I may have to sit there for another day in real life because they may not be ready for the load. And are you kidding me? I think there's a detour. Or no, not a detour. Maybe that guy hit the same bump back there that I did. It's not a detour, though. I was like, don't give me a detour around the rest area that I selected. Don't know what kind of airport that is over there. Military, almost. Or maybe not. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing here. I see a lot of red. Alright, I got it. I got it. Come on, everyone go through. Except for me. That's fine. We're good. So we're going to have 280 miles to go on our last day. Is that the fuel? I don't think that's the fuel I was going to stop at, which I'm not going to pull in there because, one, it's on the wrong side of the road. So no, that's something we're going to fuel up. Dude, you got plenty of room there. What's your problem? Well, there's a place to eat here, although McDonald's is a place I have not ate at since 2002. And that's a fact. I gave myself plenty of room to get around that truck. Alright, how much is fuel in Georgia? $4.24. Alright, so I could either park out back, which I think is what we're going to do. Because that looks like there's plenty of room out here, I hope. Although, I do have a tandem, so it's going to be harder to park here. Because now I realize what kind of a parking it is. There we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do, just because, save game. Yeah, let's do that. Just in case. Alright, driver, manager, make sure everyone's still doing what they're doing. That's good. Alright, we can go ahead and do this. Let's pass some time. Alright, that's looking good. One driver got a load done, so 138,000 when we go to bed. We wake up to, well, almost 150,000. They're teasing us. Yeah, that's right. I'm backing up a tandem trailer. And now it went pear-shaped. Nope, reverse. And I think my trailers are probably a little cockeyed back there. This is why I didn't want to park in here, but I did. See if I can push my trailers far enough back. All I need to do is get around this truck here. I think I can do it now. All the other truckers are probably trying to sleep thinking, what is that guy doing out there? Now, what that guy is doing is he's headed to Palm Coast, Florida after coming all the way from Seattle. That's what he's doing. once we get on the road, oh, it's already popping up there. So 11 a.m. is when we should get there. So let's get back on the interstate and head on down the road, and it looks like another gorgeous day to be driving. Yeah, we're fine there. I was questioning if I cut that corner too close, but no, we're fine. I always get that one person that wants to come out of the gas station and they just put their nose right into the traffic, forcing themselves in instead of waiting for someone to wave them in. Don't you run into the side of me. You almost did. Peanut almost said a bad word. I thought about it. I just didn't say it. I mean, yeah, we've been in one accident on the way down here. No speeding ticket. Okay, well, I'll probably get one now. No speeding tickets yet. Just 276 miles to go. Enjoy the sunrise. That's what I'm going to do. I complained about it a couple times on the way down here because of the glare. But today, I'm enjoying it. So with our 7,000, that will cover the garage and the loan payment. So I think we're going to be doing it. Meaning buying the garage. Yeah, I saw that cop car on the side of the road. I don't know if that was a real one or just a decorative one. Oh yeah, the one thing I gotta do. Need a thumbnail. Kind of a thumbnail I'm gonna take for an episode that's 3 hours long for a journey from Seattle, Washington to Palm Coast, Florida. Where am I going when I bring this down there? Walmart, of all places. I am going to enjoy when this is over. I've enjoyed recording the episode, actually. It's been kind of fun, except for that one part where the game crashed. That part was terrifying. But other than that, I did not expect to have enough commentary to last this long. And some may say, well, you didn't, really. It was But here we are. I mean, if you made it all the way through yourselves, watching in one sitting, I appreciate it. I mean, we're not there yet. We still got 220 miles to go. But man, if you made it this far, I mean, this is longer than movies. Of course, we do have a toll coming on up, so we'll probably have to go into there. Hey, we got a green light. I am thinking, though, I will still, want your comments of where you think we should go next. But I still think, like I said, when we get there, it's still going to be midday. I'm not going to turn and burn. But we probably will look for like a drive down to the Florida Keys. Just to see, because it's been a while since I've been down there. Maybe we'll just, you know, zigzag around Florida for an episode or so. Just so I can kind of come down from this long trip. Well, actually, next time I record an episode of ATS, it's gonna be like 12 days from now, so that's a good enough break, I would think. So yeah, I think we were sitting at $51,000 when we left on a Thursday out of Seattle. And here we are on a Monday and we've made 100 grand. Just seems weird. Look down and see 160 some odd miles. And it seems like just a short little trip now. Although I don't think we're in Florida yet, though. We're not too far out of being there. And are we getting near the Florida line? Well, we just crossed the county line, but not a state line. Just enjoying the scenery. Plus, I am getting tired. Where is that state line? Yeah, some drivers bringing a little bit of cash, which is good. We need it. So I'm about to spend it. Subway, eat fresh. I'm getting hungry now. Then an Arby's. You're just going to keep showing me food signs. That's okay, because we're almost there. He says when he gets to the exit, there will be a detour. There is a you know what coming up. Way station. Because we are entering Florida. We made it to Florida. And Florida says, we would like to see you, sir. And I will oblige. Not quite a roll through. But I don't feel like I came to a complete stop either. Of course, I'm going to, like I said, find a place for a thumbnail, which you probably saw when I clicked on the video, so you already know what it is. I have not a clue. I definitely need to take it before I drop off the load. So if I get to town, I haven't taken one yet. I may have to drive around Palm Coast just to find something. To get a somewhat interesting thumbnail look. It'll be really disheartening is get to Palm Coast and look behind me and realize I dropped off my trailer somewhere. Imagine having to drive back to find your trailer. I would assume they would mark it for you though, at least. Maybe. Although, if you didn't know you lost your trailer and 33,000 pounds behind you, maybe you just better leave the trailer where it is. 50 miles out. Yeah, we're definitely, Cindy, we're definitely taking the rest of the afternoon off. We're going to the beach. I may not swim, I'll just lay in the sand with a beer. Actually, that sounds good right now. I think I know what I'm having when I get done. After I drive, though. After I drive. No drinking and driving. I feel like, oh, I can already see our destination on the GPS. I can see it flashing. So I'm going to have to think quick with the thumbnail. I never like my own thumbnails anyways. I just take a picture. I'm like, yeah, that'll do. And they say thumbnails are everything, which they probably are. I'm just not good at making good thumbnails. $10 miles. All right, let's not. We don't need to rush around this truck, do we? No, we don't. And a day early. I wouldn't have thought when going from Seattle to Florida and not driving 3 hours in a day the game thinks I would be driving, I'd get down here a day early, but here we are. Everyone's just getting off at Palm Coast. Well, we'll just do the rolling stop like everyone else. Well, I think, which is a bad thing for me to be doing, maybe something with the palm trees in the background would be a good thumbnail. So maybe when I roll up through here a little bit, you may see a little bit of a jump cut. That's because that's what I took, and like I said, you would already know it because you probably saw when you clicked on the video 3 hours ago. Kind of wish the game didn't crash halfway through. But yes, I did do this all in one sitting other than getting up for a moment. And almost passing out, hoping my recording lasted. Alright, I think I got myself a thumbnail to throw at you. Hopefully it sticks. Let's see, we do have a service station right here. Actually, it's right there. So that's probably where we'll park. And maybe someone at the service station would be kind enough to get us a rent-a-car or an Uber to the beach. I don't know how far the beach is. Not a clue, but we're going. Maybe we'll take an extra day because we need this load to get here until tomorrow. So basically, all day today and all day tomorrow. Or I could just take off. I mean, I am the owner. Don't hit the truck. Pretty soon we are going to have to pay the $6,000 loan payment. But I'm bringing in 7, so that'll just barely put us over the 150. Being back in city traffic, though, after 3 hours of doing mostly interstate. So we have 10,500 miles on this truck, and this episode we put 3,000 on it. Let's go drop this thing off. Because I do want to end the video. I didn't want to end the recording before something weird happens. And I have to backtrack to where the last part was. Which would suck. Although I did save it at the end of last night, so it wouldn't be too far back. Unless my recording failed, and then I'll have to go back the 2.5 days or whatever it is. But we're almost there. I am kind of curious what Kenworth has that Walmart wants. So am I pulling into here? Yes, I am. I see our drop-off point. And let's hopefully I can get it in there square enough. That light post is like right there. Ding. Thank you. Engine decouple. Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it from Seattle all the way down to Palm Coast. Trailer maneuvering bonus? Not sure what that is. That just parking? We got good amount of skill, but then again, that was 5 days worth. Fuel consumed 670 gallons. Trip took us just under 100 hours in game time. But yeah, world map. Let me just go ahead and just make sure I know where I'm going here. Yeah, we're not far from the coast, so yeah, an Uber drive, maybe almost walking distance, I would think. Yeah, I'm just going here. I'm going to mark it because I'm not going to fuel up. No, or I'm just not. I don't care. I don't care. I can fuel up after I leave. You know, depending whatever we do next, I can go ahead and fuel up afterwards. I don't know if I can drive around this parking lot or not. I want to say no. So we're just going to spin around. And get the heck out of here. Oh, it feels weird not having that weight behind you. It only does that because the last 3 hours I've had weight back there. It's not like I just recorded for an hour and that's it. Railroad tracks. Do I need to service the vehicle? Of course not. Actually, I want the parking spot over here. That way no one's around us, and I'm in the shade. There we go. Actually, there we go. Looking good. And there's a newscopter above us reporting on the event that just happened. I have no idea. Bunch of bull crap right there. Garage manager. Map view. No, wait. Wait, how do we do this again? Garage purchase. I don't think I've done it this way before. Or does it show all the garages that are on the maps? But we're buying the one in Dallas, I do believe. 150,000. Go ahead and purchase it. Yes. Thank you for your purchase. Oh, well, thank you. We appreciate it. And what I'm going to do now is go to Trailer Manager. And we're going to go here. And we're going to relocate that to there. There we go. And I'll worry about the driver later. I just want to make sure our drivers are still good to go and all that. But that puts us down to $1,234. But we just made our loan payment, so we are good for another 24 hours. And I think our drivers... Oh yeah, by the way, I probably should check on them, even though I'm not really done for the day. Well, I'm done for the day. Why does it keep showing me here? Driver manager. Oh, because I'm on map view, because I'm an idiot. Status. Yeah, everyone's good. Everyone's either on the road or they are sleeping. So everything's looking good. Yeah. So let's go ahead and we'll end the episode on the outside because that's where we should be. But Seattle, Washington to Palm Coast, Florida, all in one go, except for that brief moment where I crapped my pants when the game crashed. But everything worked out fine, I do hope. And yeah, if you guys watched it all the way through without getting up yourselves, what the heck's wrong with you? Get up and walk around the house for a bit. It's good for you. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always, and I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with realistic economy. But until then, have a good one.